Biden, man, he is really stretching himself right now. He did that really tough speech at the UN. And now he went on the hard-hitting show, The View, where he knew he was going to get grilled and grilled good.
Oh, God bless him.
Yeah, I mean, that was a tough day for him. It started off with something that a lot of people noticed right out of the gate, which is, what the hell is this pin? Is he like a president of 2 countries now?
That's ridiculous. It just enrages me.
Right?
Yeah. Yeah. It's ridiculous.
I mean, at the very least, if you're going to be all Zelensky happy, can you put it lower on your lapel?
No, you don't get to wear that at all. You shouldn't wear another country's flag. If you're the president of the United States, you should not be wearing another country's flag on you at all.
Completely agree.
Yeah, shame on him is right, Kathleen. It's not okay. That is not okay.
It's not okay. Nope. I could not believe that this is what he chose to wear in public.
And
so mad.
And they're equal.
I know,
which is gross. I mean, like, you shouldn't have that on you at all. I'm so grossed out by this.
What a piece of shit this guy is.
Total
worst president ever.
Yep.
And of course, the ladies on The View, the hags on The View, were just fawning over him, and you'll see how ridiculous it gets. But Joy Behar was one of the ones to kick it off, I guess, and she was immediately wanting to ask him about Trump's rhetoric, right? Because Trump is the reason that Trump keeps, getting almost assassinated. And Biden goes into this diatribe about the 3 reasons he chose to run for president in the first place, and how he has succeeded on those 3 reasons, which he has been a total fail on. This clip is absolutely insane.
Now he's blaming rhetoric from you that you inspired these 2 assassination attempts. After all of the calls for violence, take them out, all the rest of it, you know what it is.
He just crapped his pants.
Don't you think that is just unbelievable? And what do you say to that?
Well, I think he is the most unusual president. No. Look, when I ran, I said I was running. One of the first major speeches I made was for Independence Hall about democracy. That democracy is at stake.
And to restore the soul of this country.
Yes.
The soul.
I ran for 3 reasons. I said I wanted to restore the soul of the country, meaning in a sense of decency and honor.
Yep.
Oh, my God.
Secondly, I wanted to make the middle class grow, because when it grows, everybody does well. And thirdly, I wanted to bring the country back together. And I was told we couldn't do any of those things. But we've gotten a lot of them done.
What did you get done?
Trump is...
Careful.
Yeah, careful.
There's not a lot of social redeeming value there.
No, you think?
Then,
God, these women are horrific.
God. And he's horrific. For him to say that those are the 3 reasons and to claim success on any of them?
Failure on all 3 fronts.
Oh, my God.
All 3.
Oh, my God.
You're an epic failure, and you're a disgrace. An absolute disgrace. Sitting there with a pin that... with the country of Ukraine. What an asshat this guy is. I swear. I can't.
And then they keep talking about the rhetoric, and then they do stuff like this.
He just wouldn't go. He was like a bug. He just kept being there. He was like a bug right there. So you felt...
Did you? 2 assassination attempts, and this is what they do.
Mm-hmm.
And then they have the audacity to be like, we need to lower the temperature. How is that lowering the temperature? Somebody needs to explain that to me. I don't understand. If it were anybody but Trump, they would never do this.
Yep.
It's like he is not even human to them at this point. We're not human to them. And when he talks about giving that speech, remember the speech that he gave with all the red behind him? Talk about looking like a dictator. Do y'all remember that?
Oh my God. That was the worst.
How on God's green earth was that unifying at all? He just screamed at all of us that were MAGA. Do you remember that? I totally remember it. I can't forget it.
Oh yeah. I just can't get that visual out. And he looks so angry.
So screamy and like rake shaky. He's so mad. And everybody that was on the right was like, oh my God, he is screaming at me. Like, this is it. The visual of that is just ingrained in my memory. And so there was nothing unifying about that. He has been the most divisive president. He's more divisive than Obama. And that's saying something.
Yeah. And so again, for him to claim any of those as successes, it's just a total lie. I mean, he's delusional, absolutely delusional. I think it was Alyssa, excuse me, Alyssa Farah that asked the question about his choice to get out of the race. And he's nailed the dismount on this particular answer. I mean, they have really, really trained him on how to answer how he made this decision. He was forced out. Everybody knows it.
Everybody.
And you can get glimpses of how uncomfortable of a topic this is for him, because the way Alyssa phrases the question is, how is your relationship with Nancy Pelosi? And he immediately wants to shift that topic altogether. You'll hear him say something like, I mean, it's fine, but listen, he doesn't want to talk about Nancy Pelosi specifically and what she did to him. And he's obviously uncomfortable by it. Here is that
your hand was forced. And what is your relationship with Speaker Pelosi now?
My relationship is fine. Look. I never fully believed the assertions that somehow there was this overwhelming reluctance of my running again. I didn't sense that. And although the polling, as I said, Biden's polling was different, the fact of the matter is my polling was about, we're always within range of beating this guy.
Yeah.
Really?
And, what I did was, I think there were, it makes sense. There were some folks who would like to see me step aside so they have a chance to move on. I get that. That's just human nature. But that wasn't the reason that I stepped down. I stepped down because I started thinking about it. It's hard to think of, I know you're only 30, but it's hard to think of, it's hard for me to even say how old I am. We're having so much success in getting things done that people thought we couldn't get done.
Right.
I found myself having used more time than I would have ordinarily to, pass that torch. But working with Kamala, she is bright, she is tough, she's honorable. And the thing I like about her, and one thing we share in common, is that we have an optimistic view of the future here.
Yeah.
Okay, so he basically just admitted that she was running the country with him. So when Kamala says, I'm not Joe Biden, bullshit.
Bullshit. And we haven't even played the clip where he literally says that.
Right.
So he's, so far he's talked about how, she's so smart and she's this and we share optimism. But yeah, to your point, he actually said this.
As president, there wasn't a single thing that I did that she couldn't do. And so I was able to delegate her responsibility on everything from foreign policy to domestic policy.
Which he did. He totally did that because he had full-blown dementia. He has it. And then she denied that and she lied to the American people. So we all know she's a complete dirty liar, which she lies every day of her life. And she did that for 4 years when she was like, oh, no, he's fine. He's going to run. He's going to be the guy. And I support him. Okay. Full-blown dementia. And so she was doing the job. So we're going to have more of the same. If you vote for Kamala, you're going to get more of the same because
which is why anytime they talk about her being the change candidate, I'm just like, are you retarded?
Yeah.
She is not the change candidate.
She's nothing
in office right now.
Right. She's running the country.
She's
the one doing it. Yeah. Cause he definitely has not been doing it. And the narcissism of this guy, he's so self-important. Like, I don't know. I really think he believes that he's awesome. I mean, everybody knows that he was taken out with a, coup.
And he's still fighting him a little bit. Like he's still like,
right.
The polls showed me just the same as where she is. We were both neck and neck. So I never really put much stock into that. I mean,
I think he believes that. I honestly think he believes that he was good at what he did. I think he believes that because I think he feels, he has to believe it to make him, I guess, to sleep at night. He has to believe that.
I think he must believe it because the way that he can just rattle off those three reasons he ran and say, and look how successful I was. What?
Yeah. And in order to I guess, rationalize the fact that he has been doing this for half a century and he can't go out knowing that he is a complete pathetic loser, which is exactly what he is.